Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. You'll be informed when I post new videos. And yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the video. I don't really own many high-end foundations and I tend to always go for Drugstore Foundations just because I have found some that I really like and they're usually pretty inexpensive, so I thought I'd share my finds with you. And yeah, I'm gonna start with my sort of least favourite and work my way to my most favourite. However, I do like all of these. I don't really have like a least favourite, but I'm gonna do it in some sort of order. So number 5 is the Max Factor Facefinity All Day Flawless Foundation. I haven't actually used this that much because my other foundations tend to sort of take over and I usually grab those instead. However, this is a really nice lightweight foundation with SPF 20, which I really like. So I think this is a really good sort of holiday foundation if you prefer wearing actual foundation on holiday rather than maybe a tinted moisturiser or something. So it's got a nice lot of SPF and it's also supposed to be a 3-in-1. So it's supposed to be a primer, concealer and foundation all in one. I guess it is more on the full coverage end of the spectrum, but it is still definitely lightweight. It feels light on your skin, but also gives you that extra bit of coverage that you might want. I'm not sure about this acting as a concealer. I still do use concealer on top of this and usually use a primer underneath as well. I haven't really put it to the sort of longevity test because I don't tend to wear foundation for that long anyway, so it staying all day isn't really one of my main concerns. However, I think this does have good staying power. It doesn't seem to go patchy, and yeah, it says all day flawless, so it basically does what it says on the tin. It does keep you pretty flawless all day without feeling cakey and without going patchy and whatnot. This is in the shade Natural 50. It definitely has more of a pinky tone and that is just in the colour choice. This is by Max Factor, so they are not the cheapest brand amongst the drugstore foundations, but still I think you definitely get what you pay for with this. I'll link every foundation below with the prices, etc. Number 4 on my countdown of 5 is this, which is the number 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation, and this is in the shade Warm Ivory. As you can see, I've used sort of half of it. Yeah, I really like this. I wouldn't say it's matte though. It says for an all-day shine-free look with a soft, even finish. And I agree with the soft, even finish. It does give you a lovely finish to the skin, but I definitely wouldn't say it's completely matte on its own. Obviously, once you've put a powder over the top, yes, it does have a lot of staying power and matteness to it, but just on its own, I wouldn't rely on just this without powder. So that's probably the only downside to it, and I actually like that because I really like the coverage of this and I like the consistency and I like the colour. So with it not being so matte, I don't tend to like a really matte look. I like a bit more of a glowy dewy look. So yeah, this actually says up to 14 hours shine free complexion, so I wouldn't completely trust that. I wouldn't say 14 hours of shine free, But I mean, it probably depends what kind of skin type you have. If you have dry skin, this will definitely be matte all day. But if you have more shiny skin, I don't think this will keep you matte for 14 hours. But nevertheless, I do really like this foundation. The colour match is really, really good. They have lots and lots of shades. Number 7 always has really good range of shades, I feel. And I think now if you go into Boots stores, they've got one of those like electric colour picker things that they put against your skin, and it tells you what shade of foundation you are. I'm not sure if they do that for every foundation or whether it's just a certain type, but that's definitely something to keep in mind if you're looking into number 7. I think finding the exact shade for you is like such a important thing with your base. This is also SPF 15, which I really like. I like a little bit of SPF, even if it's not sunny. It's nice to know that you're protected. And yeah, so now we're going into my sort of top 3 foundations, and these are the ones that I will use really regularly and just interchange day to day. So number 3 is the Fit Me foundation by Maybelline, and this is in the colour 210, and this has been an absolute favourite of mine for such a long time. This is probably my 4th bottle that I've purchased over the past sort of 2 years. Honestly, the consistency and the feel of this foundation is so beautiful. It's the creamiest, dewiest foundation that I have found so far that still gives you a really good amount of coverage. Now, I get this in 210 because, I get this in 210 because this is the perfect shade for when you have fake tan. So if I fake tan, I'll do it up to sort of around my neck here and then leave my face. And then when I put this on my face, I could just completely blend into one. This is the most perfect foundation for holiday and your holiday tan, because it just illuminates your tan and just makes you look so flawless because of how creamy and dewy and just so lightweight it is. And this 210 shade is the perfect colour for me personally for when I tan, because I don't obviously get really, really dark when I tan because I am so fair, but this is just, honestly, I just love this so much. And this is also SPF 18, which is a bit of a random number of SPF, but again, it does have that bit of SPF in that is really good. My second favourite foundation is actually a really new foundation that's only just sort of come out, but I've put it up there in my top 5 because, I just love it so much. And it is the new Nude Magique Cushion Foundation from L'Oreal. And this is the new foundation that everyone's been raving about because of the new cushion technology, or whatever it is, the new cushion foundations that everyone's being obsessed with at the moment. So it's got a nice compact, and it's got a really good mirror and a little sort of puffer, which I don't use, I just use my beauty blender, but yeah. And then you open that obviously that was going to happen. You open that section and then you've got the foundation, and all of the foundation is soaked up in this sponge, and I just get my beauty blender and this, and I just dab it in and put it all over my face. When I first saw this hyped, I thought, why would sort of a foundation that's just in a cushion be any better than any other foundation? But I think it's a mixture of it being maybe in a cushion and just the formula of the product that I really like. I don't know, but I love this. It says it's a dewy glow foundation, that's what it says. And that's exactly what it is. I'm wearing it right now. It's a beautiful, dewy, not matte foundation that is just so beautiful on the skin. So easy to apply, easy to build. I've probably got 2 layers on today, and it honestly just looks like your skin but better. I think that's the best way I could put it. It's so easy to blend with a beauty blender, and I haven't actually tried it with a brush yet, but I'm sure it's as easy to blend with a brush. I just love it. I can't really put my finger on what I love about it, but I just love how it looks on the skin. And I've got this in the colour 04, which I think corresponded to Rose. I think that was the shade name. I'm not 100% sure, but again, I'll have it linked down below. But this is the perfect colour for my skin at the moment because I'm not very tanned, I'm quite pale. So yeah, this is definitely a runner for my top 5, and I think this will be in my favourites of this month, definitely. I forgot to say this is SPF 29, so really a good amount of SPF. Again, a really good foundation for holiday, lightweight with that added SPF, so yes. Now for my number 1. It is this. It is the Garnier BB cream, and it's the classic one. And although this isn't a foundation, it's still in the same category. It's a BB cream, and I have the shade Light, and this is a Miracle Skin Perfector 5-in-1 BB. This BB cream is my life. As you can see, I've basically used the whole thing, and this has lasted me probably 2 months, and I've already used this whole thing. It's a BB cream, but it still gives you a good amount of coverage. It's not like a tinted moisturiser where you put it on and you're just a bit like, you can still see my spots, you can still see freckles or imperfections, you can still see everything. This is so lightweight, it feels like you're putting on a moisturiser, but once you've got it on, it gives you such a beautiful glow of a luminous moisturiser, but it also covers mostly everything. I'm not saying it's like a full coverage BB cream, it's not full coverage at all, but it's definitely not like just putting a moisturiser on your face. It does give you some sort of coverage, and when I don't have any spots or I'm really happy with my skin at a certain time, this will be my go-to because it just looks like your skin, completely just looks like your skin, but you just have an added bit of colour, tiny bit of coverage, and just a beautiful glow. And I think this will forever be my absolute number 1. This is my go-to everyday foundation slash BB cream. If I want a bit more coverage, I'll go for a foundation, but this is my everyday, just if I'm just popping out or if I am just doing like little things here and there, not going out, not doing anything extra important. This is what I will have on my face, and yeah, there's nothing else I can really say. I think they've got light and medium, and I think they've just come out with an extra light because I think some people were saying that this isn't light enough for some skin tones. So that concludes my top 5 favourite foundations from the drugstore. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that maybe it gave you some help with picking a foundation if you were in the market for a new foundation. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!